Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ramblemania proudly brings to you. It is I, your inaugural Ramblemania heavyweight champion, four-time Ramblemania heavyweight champion, former and inaugural Ramblemania tag team champion, Hazel the Eyes. I'm joining along with me, as always.
It's your boy Jay Savage, one half of former Ramblemania co-champions. We're here.
Welcome to another edition of What SmackDown. We give you the good, bad, and who booked the shit on Friday night SmackDown. SmackDown had a very special occasion here tonight. Did they really?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Well, today was Throwback SmackDown, and all I'm gonna say is one sec. It was not as throwback as it was.
Oh man, what can we say? I mean, SmackDown has been okay lately, but today was not one of those days. False advertisement for us fans. We was looking forward for out of maybe a fist, maybe a oval entrance, but no. What did we get? Hazel.
Apparently, they just gave us new generation bullshit. So, before we get on to everything that transpired on SmackDown, because everything that we talked about on Monday was just Monday's Raw rants, all the news and stuff. What they gave us here was a load of crap, a load of false advertising up the fucking wazoo. SmackDown never debuted during the new generation. It debuted in the late 90s going into the new millennium.
Yep.
And they give us this bullshit. They basically opened the show with The Rock, saying SmackDown over and over again. The SmackDown Hotel, SmackDown this, SmackDown that, SmackDown your ass, and then they just show us all of this stupid dumb shit from the new generation. The crowd, all these guys preparing the ring, the cameras, and they have the fucking saxophone playing in the background with 80s graphics.
Listen, whoever was responsible for tonight's show,
it was Vince McMahon. This is the work of Vince McMahon.
It was, and the crazy thing, I was hyped, man. I was hyped for today, man. I'm like, yo, we getting throwback SmackDown. I'm thinking throwback. I'm thinking, like that first SmackDown that we got, or like a few years later, but no, we didn't get
we didn't get like any SmackDown thing. We didn't get we didn't get that. We didn't get Marilyn Manson. We didn't get the and I won't be denied. We didn't get any of that. We got stupid saxophone music. But to make matters so worse throughout this whole show, not only were they just throwing in the old SmackDown logo, the very first one from the Attitude Era, throughout the entire show, they gave us a fucking VR version of the Ruthless Aggression SmackDown stage with the fucking fist. You have the fucking fist in the warehouse. You have the ovals in the fucking warehouse. Use it. Don't give us this shit. Pat McAfee looking like Vince McMahon here, and Michael Cole looking like Michael Cole from the old days with his old school denim button-down shirt. And then, go ahead.
I was gonna say, he got that shirt from Chalkline. Chalkline got that jacket.
Yeah. And then, the referees, they gave them a little bit of an old school feel, but not that good of an old school feel. They let them wear the Ruthless Aggression SmackDown referee blue shirts.
Yo, it was like they were in so many different eras of SmackDown tonight. And then one era that they was never in.
Yes. They basically said we're gonna take all the errors from every SmackDown that we've done. We're gonna roll it into one. But
Mhm.
that's not what you advertised. You advertised this the original SmackDown logo. You advertised it to be old school. I mean, when you promoted the commercial, it was not what we expected because I thought we were gonna get the Attitude Era stuff. I mean, we weren't gonna get Attitude Era stuff on this show, but you
Mhm.
could have at least gave us that Attitude Era nostalgia. At least give us the stage, give us the theme, give us the opening pyro and all that stuff. Yes, we can't have crowds. I understand that. But at least I said this last week. Don't make this a fucking corporate thing. And they made this so fucking corporate.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you felt that, bro.
And then, last but not least, when the wrestlers come out in the entrance, they don't even have the fucking the old school Attitude or SmackDown template showing their names. They give us the new generation generic template.
Listen, I don't know, bro. I truly though like it wasn't what I was expecting, but thank God that the show was pretty okay that I didn't have to really fucking annoy myself with the way that it looked.
All right, well, I mean, yeah. Again, the show here had some moments, but this is not how you book and promote a throwback SmackDown. This is not how you do it. You should
That's
have
my
gotten rid of the LED posts, the LED apron. You should have gotten rid of all that.
that's true.
If you were trying to do something nostalgic, keep it that way. If not, just fucking do what you've been doing the whole time. SmackDown should have never gotten a throwback episode. And a lot of people were telling themselves, like, oh, we were probably going to get the prototype SmackDown also, but giving us the old Raw stage.
But we didn't even get that.
I would have been fine with that instead of, just having the Thunderdome stage. Like, I understand that they don't have time to get everything out of the warehouse to bring it to Tampa to set up. But you could have at least, like, made it feel like it had this nostalgia vibe, but it didn't. The only thing you gave us was SmackDown moments and bullshit.
And Tribal Chief.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, the tribal chief thing, I'm fine with that completely, but it's just everything else about here was just like the whole advertisement was just it was a complete disaster. It failed to live to his expectations. I think WWE needs to realize that, just because Fox is doing old school stuff, you at least follow through with it. But you didn't even do that here.
You didn't follow. You didn't follow your old school. Like your old school SmackDown was mid like around Attitude Era around there.
Yeah. So, Swain, I mean, I got one question for you. Are you ready for the SmackDown? No, I guess you're not. So, submitted to the approval of the Ramblemania show. This is basically how this is how SmackDown fucked up nostalgia. Without further ado, let's get ready to ramble. Oh. Now,
All right.
So we're going to talk about all the SmackDown moments that they showed here before we get to the good shit, which is, the Tribal Chief opening up SmackDown. So they showed us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 clips within this 2-hour period. They showed us the very first SmackDown match, which is the main event, The Rock versus Triple H for the WWF Championship with HBK as a special guest referee. You all know what happened there. The Rock tried to go for people's elbow, super kick. Triple H retains the championship on the very first SmackDown. We have the Austin and Booker T supermarket sweep fight, probably the best segment that they had throughout the entire SmackDown series.
Love
and
that.
It was comedic. It was funny. Like, when people watch SmackDown, though, like when they talk about moments in SmackDown, this is probably the one thing that they talk about because this was, out of the ordinary. They took their sweet ass time in the supermarket, and the supermarket like got famous for it after that, I believe, because of everything that transpired.
I have one question about that supermarket.
Yo,
Who the fuck cleaned all that fucking mess Austin did?
I'm guessing the workers because WWE paid them to film there. So if they paid them, they were gonna break shit there. So they had to pay them extra for that. All the coworkers had to do was just clean up after.
I would have been mad though.
I
I want.
mean, I wouldn't be mad. I'm like, hey, I'm cleaning up from where WWE took place. I would have been perfectly fine. I would have been like, yo, I'll work overtime. I'll clean the whole supermarket. Fuck that. I'll be
Yeah.
the biggest mark there. So yeah, and then we go to Edge and Hogan beating Billy and Chuck to become the WWE or WWF Tag Team Champions on the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Edge teaming up with his hero for the first time to beat Billy and Chuck. Great moment there, but that was before. This is now. We hate Hogan.
Yeah.
Big Show and Brock Lesnar superplex, ring implodes. Craziest OMG moment to ever take place on SmackDown, and I think Taz said "Holy shit" there. And the match ended via no contest. The crowd was wild for this one.
Yeah, I don't think the crowd was expecting it. So when it happened, like people lost their fucking minds.
Yeah, like I mean, when we look at all the other times, like the ring implode, I don't think anyone's ever gonna top what Brock and Big Show did there.
No, because like I just said, people weren't expecting that spot to happen. You feel me? Now it's like weird. Like now when they try to go for a spot like that, like okay, now they going for something. Like you could tell now, but before you didn't know. So that when that happened, that caught everybody by surprise.
Yeah. We also have Kurt Angle making his open challenge, basically the whole debut of the Ruthless Aggression era, the debut of John Cena.
Then what do you have? Because you have say Ruthless Aggression.
Big moment in John Cena's career. I mean, if everyone used to watch OVW back then, he was known as the prototype.
Yes.
And he wasn't in the SmackDown 6, but he was a part of that big OVW 4 with Randy Orton, Batista, Brock. So he kind of fit in that category with OVW, but we always will remember the SmackDown 6, which is the Guerreros, Edge, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, and I forgot who the other one was.
Undertaker?
I believe so.
Undertaker was hot, and Undertaker was hot for a while on SmackDown.
We had Arnold Schwarzenegger actually making his debut on SmackDown. I think he was promoting one of his movies. I forgot what it's called. I think it was City of Angels around that time. And he was doing guest commentary for a main event match that Triple H was in. And, biggest moment ever, Arnold punching Triple H and beating him down on the commentary table and having a beer with Austin. And that one moment that they had that beer, Arnold should have gotten stunned on that night.
Well, he should have, yo. Everybody gets stunned, bro.
Yep. And then the final moment for the throwback SmackDown. Well, there was a bonus moment here because they showed us a 5-second mini clip of Icro Pro. All they just showed was like some guys like roided up thighs, like lifting weights, and then they showed Icro Pro. I'm like,
that's what it was. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then the final SmackDown moment, we have Eddie Guerrero and Vince McMahon, having fun on Eddie's lowrider.
Oh, you missed the other commercial. The other commercial was the ice cream bar commercial.
I mean, I'm not really counting that because it didn't fit as a SmackDown moment. It was just there for the production.
Yeah, but it's still old school though. It's old school.
Yeah, but it wasn't around when SmackDown debuted. All right. This is supposed to be, SmackDown's Attitude Era, not the new generation. They showed us the ice cream bars, ice cream, yay. CM Punk must be looking at this like, I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to do that shit. I was supposed to bring back the ice cream bars.
Imagine WWE just now, okay, we're getting the official ice cream bars again. Like, what the fuck.
So here's what SmackDown. We officially open up with the Tribal Chief, main event Jey Uso, Paul Heyman coming out, Roman with the new theme. Just that shit goes hard as fuck, bro. So one thing that I noticed, because I used to complain that when they had Velcro on the championships, it was a big fucking problem that I had, because it made the belt look so commemorative, like you buy it off Toys R Us now.
Yeah.
So Roman is the only person in WWE to not have Velcro on his championship. He has like the actual belt snaps and
yeah, he's a tribal chief. He don't want no Velcro on his damn belt.
All right, so
he wants to hear this. This is the sound he wants to hear. Okay, this is legit the sound he wants to hear. He don't want
this. He wants to hear that.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me get close to the mic. Let me do that. What is it? That ASMR shit.
Yeah.
Let me get a moment of silence real quick. Hold on. Let me get this close to the mic. All right. If you guys can hear this, this is what Roman has on his championship. Okay, actual snaps, not some that sounds like a fucking sandpaper fart.
That's what he wants. He doesn't want nothing that sounds like it's tearing apart.
So all three men are in the ring. They're going to do a 10-bell salute because last week Daniel Bryan was defeated and he's no longer on SmackDown. Since we talked about it on Raw, he's on the alumni list. And they do a 10-bell salute. And normally when they do a 10-bell salute, they have the timekeeper ring the bell 10 times. Paul Heyman's like, timekeeper, you're on vacay today. I got this.
I'm going to do the sound.
Ding! And, while Paul Heyman's doing it, you can literally see Roman bowing down, like trying to make himself serious, but he's laughing while Paul Heyman's doing this, like, ding! 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 And then that's just annoying. So, yeah, Roman basically talks about how he basically got Daniel Bryan out of SmackDown, good riddance, and, there's no one, there's no one for Roman to compete against now. I mean, yes, there is, because now you're going to have this match with Cesaro, but we're going to talk about what happens later. So, a big surprise here for Throwback Friday Night SmackDown, the return of Jimmy Uso. So now the whole family is back together. Kind of. When I mean by kind of, we'll talk about that when we get there. So, everyone's now back together. Cesaro comes out, and he now cuts his promo. He says how he's going to beat Seth Rollins tonight, and after that, he's going to go after Roman Reigns and his Universal Championship. Seth Rollins comes from behind, axe handles Cesaro on the back of the head. They just assault him, and they keep assaulting him. And then another return takes place here. It's the Mac Militant coming to get it on. And then fucking Teddy Long comes in and it's just like, I was ready to hear tag team match player.
Back.
No, we got this instead because Sonya forced him to say it. Cesaro, if you beat Seth Rollins here tonight in your one-on-one match, you will go one-on-one with Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at Redacted Backlash. Holla, holla, holla.
Yeah, he forgot to say player, man. I don't think he can say player nowadays, man.
No, he has to say it when it's a tag team match.
Oh yeah.
Yes, tag team match, player. Okay. I mean, what did you think of this whole opening segment? Well, like this White Castle.
Listen, I'll be honest, boy. Like, I was hyped to finally see the boy Jimmy Uso back, man. I've been waiting for a while for my boy to come back. It was like once I heard the show, I'm like, wait, somebody's coming back? Once I heard it, I'm like, let's go. I'm like, the boy is back. About to get crazy. But it was fire. It was dope. Yeah, but that you see, and look. This is the big difference between Raw and SmackDown. You see how SmackDown is building. They building their storyline, right? While Raw does its stupid shit.
Bullshit.
You feel me? Like SmackDowns are just taking the time to develop their story because now they have two stories within one story. That they yeah. They have two stories within one because they have Roman Reigns and Cesaro, and then you have Jimmy Uso with Roman Reigns. So you have now you have two stories in one, which I think is pretty cool because they it's working out pretty well. It's not like it's too much in one, like it's working out really well. So the segment itself is pretty good, man. I'm just really looking forward to see like what happens.
So now we come back from commercial. We have the match. It's Cesaro versus Seth Rollins, but also the Usos are at ringside, technically in the corner of Seth Rollins here.
Yes, sir.
So, what were your thoughts on this match?
So I was a little. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little. How would you say? I was confused. There you go. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. I was a little confused because I didn't know why Jimmy and Jay Uso were out there with Seth Rollins, but then while the match kept on, which these two guys they're very athletic, so they're gonna put up a good match. It was good. It was good for the amount of time that they had to do that. But then I finally realized what Jimmy and Jay were out there to do. For me, Jimmy and Jay were out there pretty much to distract Cesaro. That didn't end up happening because
New Day rocks.
you imagine like
well, you said because, so I had to do that.
All right, so yeah, so I believe it was what one of the Usos went to the he went up the steps. I think it was Jimmy went up the steps. Then Jay tried to distract him. He hit Jay, and Jimmy came back down. Then I guess so. I believe something happened in the outside. Then the next thing you know,
Seth Rollins went outside while Cesaro was on the ground. The Usos were basically like in between Cesaro. Seth Rollins rolls out of the ring. He pushes Jay out of the way. He's like, I don't need your help. I can do this myself. I'm not Roman. This, that, and the third. So I don't know what happens here. I believe Jimmy does something like this, like hits Seth here.
Oh, that was what I remember. Okay, so he super kicked him. He super kicked Seth Rollins. He super kicked Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins pushed Jay. So Jimmy got tight. Jimmy super kicked Seth. Then Cesaro does like a sideways dive, sideways dive, knocks him down. Then he picks up Seth Rollins, put him in the ring, hits his finisher, then wins. Honestly, it was a good back and forth, man. It was a good back and forth, and like I said, you got stories building simply because they caused Seth Rollins the match. They were out there to make sure that Cesaro lost.
Well, technically, with this whole story that's going on, Jimmy was the one that caused Seth Rollins the match.
Hey, no, yeah, that's I was getting there. Like, yeah, so like the storyline that's building there is pretty much, you feel me, like Jay Uso was trying to protect his brother, but he ended up, he did protect his brother. His brother got pushed, whatever. He super kicked Seth, but in the eyes of the tribal chief, that was the wrong thing to do because to benefit the tribal chief, you wanted Cesaro to lose. Him super kicking Seth Rollins, it didn't work out to the benefit of the tribal chief because now the tribal chief has to face Cesaro. He has to defend his universal championship. So honestly, this match itself, it was good. I enjoyed it because like I said, you already have a storyline there, and now there's another storyline building up as well. So it was dope. It was good.
I thought it was a good opener to start the show, really.
Yeah.
Again, like everyone here is in a story. I mean, besides Seth Rollins, he's gonna end his rivalry with Cesaro here because he's gonna go after the Universal title. But There's new things added to the story with Jimmy Uso now getting involved, because now we need to know where he sides with. Does he side with his brother, which we're going to talk about in a minute, or does he side with his family, which is his brother and his cousin? So we go backstage now, and Seth Rollins is livid because the Usos kind of basically screwed Seth Rollins from beating Cesaro. And, yes, these two have history. This is basically the first time that they interacted with each other, because they've been on the same stage, but they never really, said things to each other. They just kept them separate. So this is like the first time maybe in a while that we see them together doing this. And, both of them being heels and different characters. Awesome. So, yeah, Seth is basically complaining to Roman about how his cousin cost him the match, but Roman has a counterpoint there. Yes, his cousin did cost him the match, but technically Seth Rollins lost the match, which now leads to Roman having to clean up Seth and Jimmy Uso's mess by beating Cesaro at Redacted Backlash.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, now the tribal chief has got to take care of this himself. If you can see the air quotes, himself. Someone's interfering in that fucking match.
Of course. Oh, come on. Listen, man. We know this, man. We already know this.
So then at the end, Seth says, "You better take care of it or I will." And, the promo ends there. I mean, that's
something that's sparking up. That one is sparking up, but it's sparking up very slowly. That one, like the rivalry between them two, like we're not gonna get it anytime soon, but it's coming. Like it's building up. That one is building up, but it's building up. It's gonna be building up very slowly. That one.
So now we cut backstage to Teddy Long and Sonya Deville in the office. They talk about how it was a good idea adding the stipulation to the match that happened earlier. Sami Zayn now comes in. He's talking to Teddy Long, he's talking to him about the documentary, and he's like, if you don't know what's going on here, there's this big conspiracy going on with me and WWE and all this other nonsense. And classic Teddy Long shit. It's like, you will go one-on-one with The Undertaker. And it's like,
I think these people forget that The Undertaker is retired, my guy.
No, I think I don't know. I'm not even going to go there because this is just ridiculous. I don't like how Teddy Long is like being used now after he just got inducted. Like they're making this comedic joke. I mean, yeah, he was funny at first, but now it's just like it's getting ridiculous. Because now he's trying to make himself look like R-Truth, forgetting things. And I'm like, no, like don't have him do that. Like
you think that was he was just playing around? I'm pretty sure. Like,
I mean, yeah, I know it's a joke, but still, it's like. Can't do that with everyone all the fucking time. So basically, he tag team match player, 10-man tag. So
yo, let's be honest, we haven't got a 10-man tag match in a while.
So while they were announcing the 10-man tag, and Teddy Long was announcing, I see you're rolling up there. I'm about to light up. Teddy Long is announcing Sami Zayn's opponents in the 10-man tag. While he's announcing them, there's another fucking camera angle popping up that shows Sami's face reacting to all the people that he's facing. I'm like, you could have stayed in that one shot that you had. Why do you have to switch to another shot? We didn't need that, especially if it was behind Sonya. Like, where was that camera?
Whoever that person was, they got spoken to. I promise you that.
And then dancing. Fucking dancing.
Listen, just because you don't like to dance, do not shit on other people having fun with their dancing. I like to dance. I like the little a. That it's nostalgic. It's nostalgic to all of us that watch him back in the days.
But this is not nostalgic. This is not nostalgic at all. This is false advertising bullshit. I mean, more backstage shit now. Roman is sitting on his favorite chair, looking all serious like this. His cousin's coming. Now he has to basically confront Jimmy for what he did. I brought you back. I brought you back into the family. I brought you back to acknowledge me. And now you're disrespecting me? You cost Seth Rollins a match for me to have to face Cesaro at a pay-per-view? I gotta clean your mess now? What kind of shit is this? Me and your brother, we got an operation going here. And then he stops his cousin from talking. It's like, first of all, you're not gonna talk down to me like that or my brother. Second of all, I ain't no bitch. And he should have ended with bitch also at the end and then walk off.
He should have, but WWE. Nah, but that was honestly that like I was like, yo, it's about time, yo. Like, I get it, but he gonna fall in line. He gonna fall in line. All right.
Like the whole thing is it's whether or not this whole episode was not mainly all about the nostalgia here. It was, I think they try to make this all about, the whole family, where Jimmy falls in line here. And, when we see at the end what happens, we know where we sort of know where he stands, kind of. But, I do believe at that point next week, if we watch it, he's still going to have second thoughts about what he did.
Of course. It's gonna take some time, just like his brother. It took his brother to get his ass whooped and a few other things, to finally acknowledge Roman Reigns as the head of the table.
So
that's exactly what's gonna happen with the twin. That's exactly what's gonna happen. You feel me? If they might not fight, because he might learn his lesson quick. Yeah. So we might not get a Roman Reigns versus Jimmy this time. Like, nah, because I feel like Jimmy's a little smarter. Because his brother is there, and every time he sees his brother getting beat up, he's gonna wanna help his brother. Not help Roman, but help his brother. You feel me?
We have Ruby Riott being accompanied by Liv Morgan taking on a returning Carmella.
Yeah. Did Carmella come out with anybody?
No. She just came out by herself. So, yeah, what were your thoughts on this match?
To be honest, you didn't hear the question. Did she come out with anybody? Did you think I watched that match? Nope. I'd be honest, I was smoking at that time, so I did not watch that match.
The match was whatever. I mean, I don't understand why Carmella needed this win. It was... I mean, if there's one thing that I could say, I mean, we have to deal with this on Raw now because he's there. But now that Corey Graves is not on SmackDown, he doesn't have to chew on those blue chew pills every fucking time Carmella comes out. But now he's taking the whole blue chew bottle, swallowing it whole for Eva Marie.
Yep, the all red, Miss All Red, everything. He better chill before Carmella beat his ass.
He needs to chill, period, for every time a hot woman comes. Even for Mandy Rose, you need to chill.
He's the new generation of Jerry Lawler.
Like, didn't you cheat on your wife? Or, like, whoever cheated on whatever the fuck it was? Like, I understand that you're supposed to be this generation's Jerry the King Lawler, because in this PC world, we can't say puppies anymore. So we gotta be they gotta be horny every time a hot girl comes out.
Yo, Pac, that's good.
But yo, this match was just, it was whatever, bro. It wasn't. I wouldn't care because I like Ruby Riott. She's a very good competitor, but she didn't deserve this. She did not deserve this, not one bit. I don't care if Carmella came back after a fucking neck injury. She did not need to win. She doesn't. But the fact that they gave this to her, it's like, why?
Yeah.
So
I feel you, man.
Whatever. It was.
You're like I don't even know what to fucking say. That's it.
That's just it. It was just there. That's all it was. It was there. So I mean, not like I cared a bit for what it tried to do because again, it's Ruby Riott, and I like when Ruby Riott competes because she's an amazing competitor. But again, she didn't deserve this type of treatment, especially losing to someone like Carmella of all people.
Jamal, listen, Carmella, she's good, bro. She might not be the best, but she's okay.
I mean, yeah, she's okay. She gets adulation for what she's done. She's improved, after everything with James Ellsworth and Reginald.
Listen, I'll say this about Carmella, right? She's came a long way.
All I'm just gonna say is this: don't team her with Eva Marie. Don't, because that's what it almost feels like they're going to do maybe within the next year or so. If Eva Marie can't even do anything singles wise, I feel like they're going to put these two together just so they got hide their weaknesses that they suck as singles wrestlers.
Carmella does not suck as a single wrestler.
Well, now she doesn't, but still, it's just, you know, she has improved, but I don't see nothing in her. I don't. All right, so we now cut to Bayley coming out. She's about to cut a promo celebrating all the women's champions of WWE, basically anyone who's held the women's title, not the butterfly belt.
Yes, sir.
So she gets on. Oh God! And then while they're doing that, they're just showing the stupid VR of the fucking fist. It doesn't need to be there. There's a fucking stage there. Why? Why? Just why?
Somebody to lose his mind.
I've already lost my mind with this false advertisement shit because I was here to watch some SmackDown. I was here to see some Ovaltrons, some pyro, some nostalgia shit, some actual good throwbacks. But you didn't even give us that. You couldn't even deliver that to us. And that was embarrassing.
You get what they give you. You get what they give.
You think because you could throw like what, a bunch of snippets of old school moments here, it makes it nostalgic? No.
It really doesn't, though.
No, it doesn't. It's just, it's a cheap stunt to pop a rating.
Pretty much, you're right. You ain't lying.
So Bayley's in the ring. She has the mic, and she builds up her match with Bianca Belair, but before she talks about Bianca Belair, she has a list. Not like Chris Jericho.
The list of Jericho.
She wants to list down the greatest women's champions in WWE history. She starts off with Alundra Blaze, then Jacqueline, then Lita, then Trish Stratus, Ivory, Beth Phoenix, and then the final one who just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, Molly Holly. And then the final one that she brings up is Bianca Belair. And she talks about how Bianca Belair is, you know, basically Bayley talks about how everyone that she listed as the greatest women's champion, because she had her 380-day combined reign as the two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, they are not on Bayley's level, is basically what she is implicating. And she is throwing some actual facts here, but there's something that you forgot, is that Charlotte is already on your level.
She's past your level.
Past your level, and all you have to do is beat her so you could be above her. And then you could say that Charlotte is not above Bayley's level. She talks about how Bianca Belair is insecure and all this other stuff, and then Bianca comes out. She comes out, and, you know, then they have the little face-off, you know, how she says that, you know, she's not insecure. She's not, you know, whatever. She's not self-confident. She knows that she can beat Bayley, and she's going to walk out still. And she said it plain and clear. She's going to become the longest SmackDown Women's Champion. Bayley laughs, tries to go for a double leg takedown. Bianca is not having it
at all.
They start fighting. After Bayley's like on the mat, Bianca Belair gets back up. She takes one earring off of her ear, and then Bayley goes after the other earring, like yanking it and all that other stuff, like pulling her ear, taking her to the corner, and just beating on her, and laughing at her too, while, like, you know, beating her. Is like, "Are you listening to me? I'm gonna be the next women's champion. I will be beating you." She goes down the ramp and she laughs, ending the whole segment from there.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a good segment. It was a decent segment. It wasn't bad. Like, once again, SmackDown does a great job in building their storylines. Like, this is one of them. You feel me? I feel like they're doing pretty good with Bianca Belair. I feel like the path that she's going right now, she's going on a good path. They should keep it this way for a little bit. Like, keep her this way. Don't Don't add nobody. Don't just keep it like this. She's on a good roll. This is good for Bayley. Bayley does not need to win the title. She doesn't. She's already great as it is. She doesn't need the championship. If she does get the championship, it'll be cool. But I want to see it on Bianca Belair. I want to see it on her. I want to see what she can do with the SmackDown Women's Championship. So yeah, the segment was the little segment was good. The back and forth was dope.
I like the segment. It was okay. I mean, I would really love to see what these two do at Redacted Backlash. This is one of the matches that I'm actually most excited for because I like Bayley and I love Bianca Belair, and I do believe that these two are going to put on. I'm hoping it's a show stealer. I really hope so.
I thought you're gonna say a clinic.
No, not even that, because I know that like when the rivalry continues with them, I have a feeling that they're gonna do some type of like gimmick match because Extreme Rules is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
So in order to build this match up, you got to put them in some type of gimmick situation to maybe end the rivalry, or like how you said, they're gonna go on a clinic with the Extreme Rules match. So I'm hoping that's what they do. So now we cut backstage. We have Jimmy Uso pacing back and forth. His brother comes out, and basically he asks him, "Did you really mean all that shit you said back there?" And Jimmy Uso he really meant it. He cares for his brother. He's like, "Look, everything that you're doing for Roman. Roman's not doing this for the family. He's doing this for him.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fighting for him, if you're standing up for Roman, you're fighting for him. He's not fighting for you. I bet if you go back there and you ask him if he needs you, he'll tell you no.
Well, if he's in a match, he'll need you just in case he gets in trouble."
Exactly. So Jimmy says at the end, "You know what I see? I see the Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and the Usos, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions." And they give it some thought. And again, this is this whole thing. Like, where does Jimmy fall in this whole thing? Where does he go from this? And, when he said that final part, it's like, okay, so he is going to stick with his family, but maybe he's going to do something in order to make things right with them so that they can be reunited as one. So when we get to the end, I think that's what we're going to finally see them, do what they need to do. And I like this because this is a very passionate promo from these two. Very heartful, very, very good.
Very passionate.
Yeah, and they improved a lot with their talking too, because they weren't good talkers back then. But when they switched their characters, they've improved a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, these are my boys, man. I've always been a big fan of them, and I'm happy to see them, man. I'm happy to see that both, that we finally get to see both of them on screen together, man. Let's get the tag team titles on them, though.
We have the Mysterios coming out. Rey Mysterio is going to be going one-on-one against Dolph Ziggler, or is he?
Is he now?
So, Dolph Ziggler comes out with Robert Roode, Bobby Roode, whatever the fuck. Cuts a promo. Basically, egging on Dominic Mysterio about how he doesn't belong. He doesn't belong in WWE and everything else. It's bullshit. Like, he's trying to egg him on all this other shit, like push his buttons. And I think he pushed it a little too far to the point where Dominic said, "You know what, Dad? No, you're not wrestling tonight. I am." He's like, "Are you sure?" "Yeah, I am." So, and again, more false advertising. So instead of Ray versus Dolph, we have Dominic versus Dolph in a one-on-one match.
That's not fake advertising.
Yes, it is, because they promoted this match. They promoted Ray versus Dolph. They had a graphic for it. That's false advertising. If you're not even giving us that match, I don't care if card subjects have changed.
I guess. Right.
So yeah, what did you think of this match between Dominic and Dolph Ziggler?
Okay, it's always good to see how well Dominic does in the ring. He's because honestly, like when I watch him, because I don't know, but like sometimes I do miss like some of his matches, but when I watch him, it's like yo, he's yo, like he has the potential. Like I feel like by the like right now, how old is he? Like eight, he's like in his teens or he's like what teens, 20s?
Who, Dominic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like I think he's like in his early to mid 20s, like 22, 21, I believe.
Yeah, like he's still young, yo. So like it's like like this kid he's just gonna get better. Like if he's putting his all into it and he gets in great shape, like this kid, like he's gonna do stuff. Like he's gonna do some amazing stuff. But this match is like it was good, but I'm at the point where I just want to see the Mysterio win the title so they can leave from Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. It's good. It's a good rivalry because it's helping develop Dominic Mysterio as well. But it's like
Sorry.
not yet. They've been going at it for a little bit. So it's like I just want to see the Mysterios win the title because I think this is where it's going. The Mysterios gonna win the title because they're gonna make history and they're gonna become the first father and son duo to win the tag team championships.
Yeah, and they made the match official for a redacted backlash. It will be the Dirty Dogs versus the Mysterios,
The
the
Mysterio,
SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and we'll finally get the father son tag team championship duo that WWE now has to do.
no, they don't have to, but they've been pushing it OD.
I like this match. I mean, I like Dominic, what he's doing here. He's improved so much. After his whole thing with Seth Rollins, he's done. I mean, yes, he's stuck in a tag team division for now with his father until his father passes the torch and he goes his own way.
That's
But,
true.
I don't seeing him compete here against, a veteran like Dolph Ziggler. It was a really good match because, Dolph could sell for anyone,
Yeah,
anyone,
literally.
anyone. And he made Dominic look great here. My only problem with Dominic is his gear.
Yeah, I don't like how. What wasn't it like a one piece? Now it's a two piece.
It looks okay, now I see it. It's a two-piece because
It's thin.
the
It's thin.
the upper body attire is tucked into his tights.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, but I don't like it per se, especially if you have a fucking turtleneck on your fucking attire. Like that's stupid.
He's hiding hickeys from his father.
But again, this kid, he impresses me ever since I got back watching SmackDown. This kid has impressed me week after week. He's been taking his bumps. He's selling pretty good. He's selling good. He's following the steps very well, and I think his father taught him very well. And everyone in the performance center that he trained under taught him really good too, because he's learning the ropes very quickly within his rookie year. I mean, yeah, he's not at the championship level material that we're not going to see him in yet because it takes time for someone like him to bloom. You don't want to push someone like Dominic Mysterio because of his lineage and his father.
And then he's not.
He's not ready. And then the crowd, is against it.
Because the crowd is harsh. So the crowd, if you're not good in the crowd's not behind you.
Yeah, that's the thing. And, there's a big difference, too, with, the virtual crowd and the real crowd. If it was a real crowd, then, yeah, if they were pushing Dominic Mysterio that quickly, after his father left, then it would have gone completely off the rails if there was a real live crowd there.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm glad that, Dominic is, learning everything with everyone that he's facing step by step, because yes, this is his proving ground. Every week he has to go out there and prove himself, and he's being taught a lesson against everyone that he faces, and he's getting advice from his father. The refs are helping him too, letting him know what he needs to do and all this other stuff.
But he was in a little sting with Brock Lesnar, bro, at the age that he's in, bro.
Yeah. So the match ends with the most over move in pro wrestling history with a fucking roll up.
Yeah, shocking.
I wouldn't call it shocking, but
I was trying to be smart.
I mean, does Dominic have an actual finisher besides stealing his father's moves?
No.
Okay, then. So you have to win with a roll up at least. So, yes, they did give us something nostalgic here because in the Attitude Era, we did have some intergender matches here or there, but it was not as intergender as the Attitude Era was. Because what did Reginald do throughout this whole entire fucking match?
You do
flip, 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 game over, flip, flip. What the fuck? I'm just like, holy fucking shit.
No, but no lie. Even though he just did flips, like he didn't touch her or nothing like that. This guy is very fucking athletic.
Can we have him team up with John Morrison after the Miz breaks up with him and just call them Parkour Boys? Parkour.
Well, he's amazing, bro. Like what he does in that ring, like we haven't seen nothing. We just seen him flip around, but those flips are fucking crazy. Like, go ahead, Reggie.
Look, man. All I'm gonna say is like boring as shit. I didn't care. So before the match even took place, we have Roman backstage sitting on his favorite chair in his next pose. He's like this now.
Shit.
And Paul Heyman shows up. It's like, I do something about this. I need my cousin. And Paul Heyman being a smartass, which one? Paul has this look like he just pissed himself after Roman looked at him seriously. Like, are you for real, my nigga? Like, are you for real? You fucking walrus, are you for real? You know who I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the main event. God damn it.
That was hilarious to a point. And again, with that whole intergender match, I didn't care. I don't think we cared. Because we cut backstage to now, very, very old school, very 90s thing that they did here. And yes, this was another nostalgic thing that they tried to put into the whole throwback SmackDown. They since they can't give us anything nostalgic that we wanted, they tried to, throw in whatever they can nostalgic here little by little. That's why we said that, there was every little piece of SmackDown here besides the one that, they were promoting.
That's
so
true.
Very 90s backstage pre-match promos, Apollo and his team. It's like, you got the king of Corbin. You got the heavy of Otis, the strategic of Chad Gable. And then he just looks at Sami Zayn like, so Sami Zayn like touches the Intercontinental Championship while he's doing the promo. And like I'm taking these men to battle. We are going to war tonight, and we all become victorious. And then we go now to the faces doing their fucking promo.
So weird.
They're getting, Kevin Owens just sitting there with his arms crossed. And of all fucking things, I hate what they're doing with my boy Nakamura here. I don't love it. I don't like it. Can we get what we were supposed to get a long time ago, but now you fucking robbed them from it and gave us some bullshit? Can we get Roman versus Nakamura, please?
Yes, yo.
Of all things, Asuka said it when the Street Profits were on Raw. Now they made Nakamura say it. We want the smoke. Like, no.
You want the smoke, bro? Let me have some smoke, bro.
So there we go. None of these guys get a fucking entrance. The match just begins when we come back from commercial. 10-man tag.
They're already in the ring, beating the shit out of each other, literally.
So go ahead. Rainbow, what you think on this match?
Honestly, it was. All right, no. Okay, yeah, no, I do have something to say. Okay, now I love my boy Montez Ford, and I love when he be doing those dives outside the ring. But niggas need to start catching this guy, okay?
Oh my God, yes, they need to. He's gonna break his back, bro.
Bro, this guy be falling on his back, bro, because people are either not there or just getting there, and this man is just taking full impact right to the back, yo. Like today, like Otis kinda kind of got there like a little bit on time, just a little bit, but you could still see like half of his body like hit the mat too, like hit the floor. Like it's just you guys gotta do better, man. Like if this guy is literally sacrificing his life doing a dive outside, catch him, man, catch him.
Like, do you remember on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match between the Street Profits and I believe it was Andrade and Angel Garza for the Raw tag team titles. They did the Montez Ford fucking jumps, does his fucking flip off the top rope. Austin Theory was supposed to catch him, but and he lands on the fucking steel ramp.
I remember that.
That dude got air, but bro, you gotta fucking if niggas is not gonna catch you, yes, I do blame some of the wrestlers for not catching him on time or not even being there to like, grab him for safety. But Montez Ford, like literally, he goes full on speed. He's like most of the other like guys like in AW, like Ray Phoenix or going completely overboard when they do like shit over the top rope or through the ropes. And they land like on the fucking crowd.
You know what that reminds me of? It's just different. Remember when fucking Paul London came in running and then he slid from one end to the ring all the way outside. That's what it kind of even though Montez Ford did a flip outside, but just so much momentum, like it just like the momentum overpowers, man. Like sometimes you think, oh yeah, I got just enough, and the next thing you know, you're fucking flying.
There was a spot before that flip. So Otis pushes Kevin Owens onto Chad. Mm-hmm. Chad does like a deadlift German suplex, and literally Owens spikes his head on the fucking on the mat outside, and then the flip happens. So this whole match was basically a house show.
Yeah, like
that's all it was. It was just one big fucking house show. Because out of the 4 people that are in an angle, most likely next week they're gonna plug it for the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
Nakamura eats the pin by Mr. Who do you think you are? King Corbin. End of days. 1, 2, 3. He beats Nakamura clean.
So this match, the ending to the match was a weird one because neither of the two are in a rivalry for them to either take the pin or win. So like they should have at least had somebody that was in the storyline win and take the fall. But no. We got a random Nakamura and a random Corbin getting the win and loss.
So at the end of the match, we see the heels gathered together and like by the ropes. Apollo has the Intercontinental Championship hanging on the ropes. Sami Zayn is like right next to him. He just like yanks it like a little tiny yank, and Apollo's like, "What?" He's like, "Hey, don't touch my title, my championship, mine."
My Intercontinental Championship.
So, I mean, I really do want to see what it is that they're going to be doing with these 4 guys, Big E, Owens, Apollo, and Sammy. So next week, we better get this match, set up for Redacted Backlash. All right, now it's time for Roman's new pose. He's this now. He's out on the floor. And now he turns, and main event Jey Uso is there. And here we go with the love shit. I do this for the family. You and I, we do. And you know what? I swear to God, this whole thing gave me Fast and Furious vibes. Roman Reigns looking like Vin Diesel here. I do this because I love you. And when I love you, you're my family. And we're family. That means I love you, bro. And I love your brother. But you need to put him in line because we family. Family, bro. Family. I'm like, what the fuck, my nigga?
Oh, bro, they fat, bro. He's not playing, bro. Family over everything, bro.
Like, WWE presents Fast and Furious 10, Family Ties.
Yo.
So now they're getting ready to go handle this business with Jimmy to end the show. Yo, this was the longest fucking promo that they ever done.
This is how Roman holds his belt, bro. I like it's fire, bro. He be like,
Yeah, either he's holding it or Paul Heyman's holding it the way he holds Brock Lesnar's titles every fucking time.
Paul Heyman be like this with the title. He be like,
Yeah.
man, he be staring the shit out that title, yo.
It's like, look at this piece of beauty right here. This beauty means so much to this company. It's better than New Japan. Like, what, nigga? No, fuck out of here.
It was like a backstage segment that he did. No. It was like they went to commercial, but they show him backstage, and then you see Paul Heyman with the belt, right? You see him with the belt, but then he's looking like on the side. He's looking at Roman too, like he has the belt right here, but he's looking at Roman like so serious, like. I'm like, yo, Paul, like, chill, bro.
Yeah, or like Paul gotta chill with that shit sometimes. All right, so
he's good at his job though. But go ahead, let's continue.
The same way we opened the show is the same way we technically ended the show. All three men back in the fucking ring. Roman is basically, I brought you back to be a part of the family. I brought you back to acknowledge me as the head of the table and the tribal chief. And then, Usos theme plays. And, he again, they get in the ring. And this is where everything finally culminated. And now I liked this whole segment because they literally went back to Hell in a Cell. Basically, before they went all that, it's like, I respect you, but I love my brother more. And one thing that I would never do is that I would never quit. And he brought up the whole thing quitting. Remember, Jey Uso quit because Roman put his brother in the guillotine in the Hell in a Cell match.
Sure, and he wouldn't let him go.
He wouldn't let him go because he didn't want to acknowledge him as the tribal chief, as the head of the table.
That's what happens when you don't acknowledge him.
So, yeah, they show everything that transpired at the Hell in a Cell match, and it gets really serious within these three, and. Now, what the fuck was it? I think Cesaro shows up.
No. But
Jimmy basically, Roman cuts his promo basically like, are you going to roll with us or not? And all this other shit. Jimmy rolls out of the ring. And I believe that's when Cesaro shows up and attacks Roman Reigns, starts beating on him. And then, what the fuck?
Yeah, because it goes. He asked him. He's like, if you're with us, if you're with us, then stand in line. And then he's like, if not, you can take your ass. He said he can take your ass right back home.
Yeah.
And then that's when he left out the ring. That's when Jimmy left out the ring.
His brother goes after him, and then that's when Cesaro comes in, beats up on Roman, and then they both see what's happening. Jay, being the bitch that he is, because that's what that's what they're making him look like in this whole scenario. He goes and saves his cousin, and then, he gets beat on by Cesaro. And now Jimmy is, stuck between a rock and a hard place on whether to take his ball and go home or go out there and protect and go help and save his family.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back into the ring. He beats up Cesaro. Cesaro gets the advantage. Jay comes in. Two of the worst neutralizers ever. The first one was botched by Jey Uso because it was done too quickly.
Yeah.
Then Roman takes a neutralizer and he lands on his fucking left knee instead of taking the full-on front bump.
Yeah, boy, they're not trying to take bumps, bro. That's like
ending the show with Cesaro getting some heat back after everything that transpired earlier. We see the whole entire family, Samoan family dynasty, down and out, ending the show. And that's what SmackDown.
There you go. What SmackDown.
So yeah, give your thoughts about the show and the overall grade. Letter grade.
The show was pretty good. My only thing, and like I said in the beginning, it was the full advertisement on saying that we get an old school SmackDown, which we kind of got a lot of different versions of SmackDown, but we was hoping for a version that we was hoping for as fans, the SmackDown we remember, the old school SmackDown we didn't get. That was my only disappointment. Honestly, the whole show in entirety, I'll give it a bars. Like I'll give it regular bars because it was
Like a
good.
B?
Yeah, like the show was good. Like there wasn't really nothing wrong with the show, but when you advertise something, give us that. You feel me? Like that's really my only thing. And yeah, so yeah, I give it a bar. I give it a B. Give it a B.
Okay, so my only complaint about this is just the false advertising. This was an okay show for what it was. We got some matches announced for Redacted Backlash. We're probably gonna have more build up for it at the Go Home show.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I didn't have there was some problems with this show besides everything that, they tried to give us throughout the show.
Yeah.
There were some issues here. Again, the women. I mean, the whole Bayley and Bianca segment, great. Yeah. Carmella and Ruby Riott, why did you have Carmella win? Reginald and Tamina, well, hopefully, and this is the thing, this match is not even on Redacted Backlash because they plugged it for next week. Wow. Nia and Shayna are defending the women's tag team belts again against Natty and Tamina. Well, again.
How long have they had those titles for, though?
And I'm hoping this is the end. I'm hoping this is the fucking end. That they either switch the belts or they move on to something else already.
The world hears you, bro. The world hears you.
Everything that happened with the whole entire family, the Usos and Roman, great. It was just great. Probably the best angles that they're doing so far. I can't wait to see what they're going to do next week. And yeah, I mean, there's the nostalgia. The fucking nostalgia. There was hardly any nostalgia here. Again, you think that because you could give us snippets of everything that happened in past SmackDowns, it's nostalgia. No. You think that because you could bring us a former general manager from SmackDown, it's nostalgia. No. You think because you can have the referees wearing blue SmackDown referee t-shirts from the Ruthless Aggression era days means that it's nostalgia. No. You want to bring back fucking new generation themes and saxophone themes instead of giving us what you were originally supposed to do in the first place because of nostalgia? No. No. Solid, good. Everything that you did here was wrong. You fucked up. You fucked it up. You want to give us fucking VR fists and shattered glass because of nostalgia? No! Can you give us anything that we want in this company? No! But you could give us bullshit like this week after week after week after week just to torment us. So congratulations. You basically turned your fucking throwback SmackDown into a fucking house show. A live house show for television. Don't do it again. Don't ever do this again if you... And here's the thing too. You cannot blame COVID for this. You can't. You just can't. You can't use that excuse anymore. You don't have permission to blame an outbreak. Because you had all this fucking time. You plugged this last week. You had all this fucking time to go to the fucking warehouse to grab like anything. You could have done the oval with the fucking fist. You could have done that. We didn't need VR shit. We didn't need like every generation from SmackDown because you were trying to plug the original one. The original one. And you couldn't even do that.
I know how you feel, bro.
at the end of the day, do we really have to depend on WWE trying to give us nostalgia every now and then? No, even if it's for just one night only, if it's Legends Night, if it's Raw 25, if it's the 30-year anniversary, 50-year anniversary, 100-year anniversary, or it could be any day that they could bring back Legends, but it's just it didn't deliver on what they were promising here. And literally, it was a disaster at the start. So yeah, like you gave it a solid bars. I'm giving it a solid good because I believe that's fair. Everything that happened within this show was good, except for the both women's matches. But I can't complain about what happened in the show. I can only complain about what they were presenting us. And what they presented us here was a mountain of cow shit pie. Okay. All right. So, follow us, youtube.com/RambleMania Show. Stomp a mud hole on that subscribe button. Cheer for us with that thumbs up. Share with your friends. Let them know that RambleMania content comes out every week. And we give all that content for all of you to listen and view. Social medias is Instagram at RambleMania Show, Facebook.com/RambleMania Show, Twitter at RambleMania. Our audio stuff, you can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor. We give every single content for all of you Ramble Maniacs to enjoy weekly. For me personally, you can find me on iZombies, IZombies. Jay, let them know where to follow you at.
You can follow me as Savage AA Pro Wrestle Podcast. Once again, Savage AA Pro Wrestle Podcast.
For Hazel the iZombie, for Jay Savage, we are Twin Magic. We are wishing you all a point and goodies. A2 sweets.
Woo!
You have to say it.
Oh, wait, good night?
Yes. God.
Wait, let's do it. What was that?
No, we can't do. We're recording. Just go.
All right. Good night. Bang.